going back to Adenta, and I'm going into the school.
To help rebuild the school.
Yeah.
Innovate.
Yes.
Renovate.
Yes.
Renovate.
Yes. So we're fixing.
Man, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, we're fixing.
God bless you.
Yeah. Oh, too many bread to be.
So it was always cocoa, or like sometimes they change it. Me.
Oh yeah, so they'll make cocoa, they'll make Tom Brown. I remember Tom Brown
with
rice
milk
water.
or just raw Tom Brown.
Yeah, Tom Brown. No,
with
milk. No one will give you milk. Like more than I think it might be more than 15 miles around. Carnation, because I take Carnation Circle, the area there. Yeah, that side. I walk and I take a crown of my fat trotro. And then on my business scanner, they'll ask for my fare fee. I don't have it, so they'll drop me off. Now, my son and take a crabium, no my trotrobium. Then they'll ask me that I hustle, sir. But I remember Metro TV, so me call her now. My doc know like she had to go somewhere, she had to go. That's how my transition from the street to the orphanage. So I slept in Mami Dokno's office a little bit at Metro TV, and I need fee. The next day, on my driver and the family, like, so that's kind of.
So how was the conversation like when you?
I know her with my little accent at that time, but I was like, I know that lady.
I know her. That.
So she said, "Oh, how do you know her?" So she goes to my church, and so my mom walked.
Attention, on dit quoi là-bas? Ouais, c'est le moment. Il faut
Yeah.
Salut tout le monde, quoi.
I said, get ready. Get ready. Charlie, it's time to hear some words of wisdom. Like I said, words of wisdom from today's special guest. Amazingly special guest. Today's episode is specials. It's very special. It's a storytelling, inspirational, motivational story, amazing conversation, discussion. I mean, stay tuned. You will hear more about his story. Like I said, Abowoso with Papa Shate. Today's special guest, an entrepreneur, right? All around, a personal trainer. Charlie, you forgive me some workout plan. I need like 3 days.
I got you, bro. I got you.
A soccer coach.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Charlie, everything. A stylist. Everything. Virgil Abloh. A teacher. So a teacher.
Well, we're working our way up, trying to make it. Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
Working our way up.
And like I said, an entrepreneur, he does everything, from being a stylist, fitness, wellness, health, even he's a chef too.
Yeah, man.
A chef.
Yes.
Please welcome Kofi Johnson.
Yes, thank you.
Kofi Johnson.
Thank you.
Kofi Johnson.
Yeah, man.
Kofi Johnson. Kofi Johnson, he like he said, he used to be an orphan. And this was back in Ghana. He used to be an orphan. And he got adopted to the state. And today we will be diving deep into his story during the time in Ghana and the transition or the migration from Ghana to America. We will be diving deep to understand everything that happened from good, bad, positive, negative. Kofi Johnson, who's Kofi Johnson?
Oh, man. Well, to me, I just think Kofi Johnson is this young, driven, fearless boy that grew up in Accra, Adenta, Utah. Adenta, Ghana.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I'll say. Kofi Johnson is just a young, driven boy that grew up in Adenta. Yeah.
So during the time in Adenta, how was the living like? I know when we spoke the other time, we were talking about how you grew up. So can you give us a snippet of you're growing up.
Yeah, So I mean, those of those of you who are listening that know about Ghana, move for Ghana and anything like that. I'm winning Mami Dokno.
Right. Oh wow.
Grace Omabo.
Oh wow. Grace Omabo.
Yeah, that's
Grace
like
Omabo.
She's like my mom. Yeah, she's my mama.
Big shout out to Grace Omabo, Mami Dokno.
Wherever she is,
Jewel
she's
2.
my mom. Yeah.
Jewel 2. Mami Dokno Jewel 2.
Yeah, I mean, sure, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So growing up in Ghana, I mean, as a young boy, grew up with a young single mother. I lost my mom when I was 8, so grew up in an orphanage system. So in Mami Dokno Orphanage at that time called Peace and Love.
Peace and Love, okay.
Yeah. So Peace and Love, that's where I grew up in Adenta. She had this old home that she kind of uses for the orphans, kids that are, unprivileged or don't have any where to go. That's where we stay. So I grew up in that system for about 6 years.
Wow.
And, so growing up in Ghana,
during that time, around when you first got to the orphanage home, right?
Yeah.
How's the lifestyle like? Because people from the outside don't know how the experience is. People wants to know what it's like, being inside there.
Being in an orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, being in an orphanage is pretty much being in a big compound house,
right,
with just a lot of siblings. All those kids have stories. Everyone have their own stories and things that they've been through. And so, I mean, being in an orphanage for me at that time, there is no hope. I mean, you wait till what they give you. You only do what they give you or what they say. So you don't have anywhere you can speak up, or you don't even have a play more like food to even eat or something like that. A meal.
But around that time, I know we have some NGOs that go and donate, materials, donations and stuff. I mean, when you say sometimes you might not have something to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, these NGOs come in day out, donate, give stuff to the children and people in that society.
Yeah.
But when you say that doesn't mean the food never, or the clothes and other stuff never.
Yeah. When I say like we don't get enough food to eat, is just the way and I'm used to I can eat whenever I want, however, 3 square meals. We get food to eat, but there are 66 kids, so there's a lot of kids in the
66
orphanage.
66 siblings.
Yeah, 66 siblings that I have, yes. So I'm around those everywhere. There's a lot of mouth to feed. So the food that are given to us,
it's all about sharing and caring.
Yeah. So it's very hard to, feed everybody. So sometimes, Grace Omabo, Mami Dokno, does her best. She's awesome. She does her best. Sometimes she uses her own pocket money to feed the children in the orphanage. But it got to a time that she just couldn't do it anymore, and the whole system shut down.
And do you think? I mean, now you as a grown up now, do you think it was because of the system in Ghana?
Yeah.
The way everything is set up.
Yeah.
That there were no support coming into helping her build a bigger stage for everybody to be able to maneuver around and find their talent and say, hey, I could do this, I could do that. So now I'm grown,
For Mami Dokno, for Grace Omabo, she was just doing her best. To the lady, now that I see what she was doing, having my own personal, non-profit, which I'll talk about in our conversation. But with Mami Dokno, she was just just doing it as a favor.
Wow.
Just bringing some kids that she can help from the streets, just trying to do us a favor. Yes, we could be fed better, we could be clothed better, we could be treated better.
Yeah.
But she wasn't there most of the times because she just have people taking care of us. Yeah, so it was very hard like that. She just did what she had to do. I don't blame her, but the system was hard at that time. We just weren't fed very well, and that was part of the reason why they had to shut down the orphanage. Yeah.
So before we go to when the orphanage was shut down. Let's focus on the lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So what is the day-to-day activity?
So day-to-day activity in the orphanage. We're sorry. Like you just wake up.
Yeah.
You face the day. It's not. It's so weird because I'm talking about me facing the day this time.
I want you to describe your experience. So your experience plus other experiences that you have heard. That's what that's what we want to focus on.
Okay.
So what is the day-to-day activity for you? Plus others that you were in there with. We want to understand that.
So for me, I was one of the oldest orphans in the orphanage. I was one of the first 10 orphans that was brought to the orphanage at that time. Yeah, before
Peace and Love.
Yeah, Peace and Love Orphanage. So, and I was Menusoashe. So I don't know how to say that in English.
Menusoashe, you're like kind of like a very aggressive.
I'm
very hyper aggressive.
Yeah.
And fearless.
Fearless. So I'm just very confident, fearless person. Growing up, I grew up in a tough environment. Growing up, in Accra, by the seaside. So before I came to the orphanage, so. Growing up, just waking up in the morning, you wake up, you do your chores, you do certain things that you have to do. You get a meal if there is some. Sometimes if you're late, the food is gone.
If you dream too much, wake up.
Yeah, if you don't wake up early to do your chores, and
you're enjoying your dreams.
Yes, if you don't do your chores and you don't wake up early, you miss breakfast, and that's over.
And the breakfast was like cocoa
with some small bread.
So it was always cocoa, or like sometimes they change it, me.
So they'll make cocoa, they'll make Tom Brown. I remember Tom Brown
with
rice
milk
water.
Or just raw Tom Brown.
Tom Brown
with
milk. No one will give you milk.
Because
Nah,
milk.
You're lucky. I'll nido kakra. You get some nido.
Like
some
milk. Cowbell.
Yeah, cowbell nido.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like one.
You have to share.
One pack.
You have to share one
with someone.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Charlie, but that one be luxury.
Share. With your name. Nido nya lucky so ebi awo Adam for be na say on penny do na say funny yem kakra or need anymore.
This is amazing.
No, I'm very serious. Yeah.
So after the breakfast, what's next?
So after the breakfast, you go around. We usually just entertain ourselves. So I was in charge of the entertainment.
Wow.
Yeah. So we drumming, culture drumming, dancing. Like I drum myself. I'm a musician.
Right.
So So like with that, growing up, even when we have donations, we have to perform. We have to do a little performance.
So you do Adua, Kitty, and all that.
Agbaja, the Balogo, and all the Jama.
Jama too.
We do everything. Time. Oh yeah. We were very talented.
So the talent was there.
Oh yeah. It's there in the orphanage. Everyone had that was one thing that it was very hard.
Hands-on like talent, every talent.
Yeah.
You go there, you explore, you find someone. You put money behind them.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, but most of them, we all had talent. It's like we all were in one place with a lot of talent, but there were no, hope. Like we don't have anywhere to go. There wasn't an ambition. I mean, people were driven to do things, but where are you gonna go? Like no one had a dream. Like it's just you can't dream to get out of there. It's just a system that you're in. You're inside a system. You don't go out. You're there all day. In the big compound.
So
house.
How was the education like to be in there? Did you guys have like any school complex in, or maybe you have to go outside to school? And I know. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. So with the school, like there was a little school in the orphanage,
right?
At the same compound, where. Mami Dokno owns that school as well.
Oh, wow.
Grace owns that school as well. So she
Grace.
Jill 2. Yeah. So Mami Dokno was awesome. Like she's my hero. I mean, apart from my mom, which I'm gonna
we can talk about that later.
My mom, but Mami Dokno is like she saved my life. one time. I mean, so many people have saved my life. It's amazing. But the school was there in the compound. We go to school. But, you know, it's just basic school. You know, you don't really learn much, you know.
So, okay.
Ukechi bebre, like what bon Ukechi.
Like when you're sharp up.
Yeah, if you're not sharp up there, you know, in school here in the system.
But mostly, you know, not the people who know my born, they were able to like explore their talent to discover that they have maybe a hands-on talent. Maybe they could weed, they could you know, they could do all that other stuff with their hands. You know, they could sew something and so on, right?
Yeah, so there are some talents. So the way the orphanage is set up, so which the education part of it. So if you are very good at school, if you're very educated or you're very talented with any trade, what they do is they put you in school. They help you go to school. So they'll find a sponsorship for you where you can go to school and achieve your dreams in that aspect. But if you're not very good in the classroom, what they do is they put you in a little trade, like, you know, some hand. You can be a featuring or like maybe plumbing or like mechanic.
So for you, right? Which one were you?
Yeah, so for me,
because I know you got talent, you you a smart guy, you got talent. So which one?
Yeah, me, I was leaning more towards the football, like soccer. Yeah, at that time, like I was leaning to. I was a dangerous football player. Yeah, at that time, yeah, I was leaning to soccer and church.
But how were you able to, you know, play soccer, play drums at church, and then still, you know, be on the streets selling, you know, tell us more about that. I know we had a conversation about it. Can you tell us? I mean, the audience wants to know, like, some, you know, how did you do that?
Oh man, I mean, you know, as I said, I mean, in my life, there's been people on my journey. I mean, it's still going on with, you know, people always come, you know, to my rescue.
Right.
I've been blessed, you know. I mean, despite everything I've been through, I've been blessed. Yeah. So, I mean, with my life.
I say big shout out to God before we continue. Yeah. Big shout out to God.
Big shout out to God. God knows. God knows. Yeah.
Two to you too. Yeah. So,
so growing up back, in Ghana, you know, you have to make it. You have to hustle. I mean, when you don't have anything to do, you have to hustle. Every day you gotta go. You can't just sit around and goof around. I mean, you just got to make it. So for me, for me, I did more like growing up with my mom. Before my mom passed, I mean, as a young age, you know how Ghana system is. You have to grow fast. Like you just gotta, you know, at a young age, you're doing the things that you're not supposed to do. So I don't even remember my childhood. Honestly, I don't remember, you know, being a kid.
And is it because of the situation that you got?
It's just the system I was in. I was just put in front of a lot of things. I had to be leader. I was put in a leadership role. Like even in an orphanage, I was in charge of setting kids, getting them to shower, getting ready for school. I was in charge of them, you know.
Let's take a moment of silence for mom real quick.
Yeah.
For mom real quick before you continue. R.I.P. R.I.P. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So so growing up, I just, even from there, from the orphanage, from the streets to the orphanage, you know, I was selling on the streets. I was selling polythene bags like PK. Yeah.
A1.
Oh yeah, I was selling
polythene bag. Did you sell ice water too?
No, well, I didn't really do the ice water thing, but I was more like the Kayanu, like just chasing people around.
The PK. So you guys were the ones like. Not harassing, but sometimes people be harassing people.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you buy the PK.
So it started at a young age. I mean,
what year was it? I mean, how old were you?
I was at that time. I was around 10. Maybe best at 10. Yeah, because it was just a quick transition from the streets. I met Mami Dokuno at Metro TV. I remember I walked from Ghanaian. Those of you know Accra very well. I walked from Ghanaian to that would be like. How many miles would that be? Ghanaian to like Metro TV, Osu area.
Hey. That would be like, let's say maybe maybe like 15 miles.
Yeah, it'd be like more than I think it might be more than 15 miles around. Yeah, Ghanaian because I take Ghanaian Circle, the area there. Yeah, that side. I walk and I take a crown my fat trotro, and then on maybe scan they'll ask for my fare fee. I don't have it, so they'll drop me off. No matter my son and take a crabium, no matter fat trotrobium, then they'll ask me that I hustle sir. But I remember Metro TV, so me call her now, Mami don't know, like she had to go somewhere, you know, she had to go. That's how my transition from the street to the orphanage. So I slept in Mami Dokno's office a little bit at Metro TV, and I really fear the next day on my driver and the family. Like, yeah. So that's kind of.
So how was the conversation like when you got there? Did you go inside with an older adult or somebody?
I just walked straight to Mami Dokno. I almost got knocked off because there were a lot of paparazzis. You know, Mami Dokno is a big time at that time. Yeah, she's like the Oprah of Ghana. Yeah,
of course, still.
Yeah, she's like the Oprah of Ghana. Yeah. So she's loved. She's very known. So I mean, I could keep 12 ways to send me like I was just dressed dirty
and she saw the eagerness in you that man, this kid is very fearful.
Yeah,
I mean fearless.
Fearless. And she remembers my mom because my mom at that time.
Oh, she remembers your mom.
Yeah, at that time, Mami Dokno some show be a friend and man come. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Man come on. Yeah, so that man come on that Mami Dokno does. That was like show that talks about women, women's rights.
Your mom was on the show.
My mom comes on the show
as an audience or like as a guest.
No, as an audience, because she always gets Mami Dokno ready. She did some hair stuff for Mami Dokno, get her ready. So at that time, so Mami Dokno and my mom has talked to Mami Dokno about my life and how she's living. So Mami Dokno always told my mom to get out of her marriage. You know, it wasn't good. You know, but we don't even have to get into that now.
That's not that you know that we going too deep. Yeah. But let's talk about. So she came. She asked the driver to come. You know, get you from the Metro TV. Office.
to the orphanage in Adenta.
So then
that's where I got to the orphanage in Adenta.
So then after that, you never
went back on the streets
again.
Yeah, so I found a place to stay. I found a place to sleep, and
And this is all because of Mami Dokno.
Yes, Grace Omabu.
Grace Omabu again. Yeah. This is the third time you changed his life.
Yeah.
Abowoso with Papa Shanti, special guest Kofi Johnson. Very inspirational, motivational man. I hope we all learn from this, and you know we can always take something from this story and go back and help. You know, I always say that the NGOs should come together and build a bigger platform. Charlie, make we continue.
Yeah.
So, how did you land in America?
Yeah.
Because I know everybody wants to.
Promised land.
You see, everybody wants to.
Akwawe cry. About America.
I'm like, nah, people is like, I mean, you saying everything about Ghana, the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Now, how did you land in America?
Yeah. So
from Kotekau.
Yeah.
Tell us the story, man.
Yeah. So America was always. I mean, if you've lived in Ghana, if you grew up in Ghana, if you ever have something to do with Ghana or know about Ghana, you know, we love America dearly. I mean, everyone talks about America. We look up to Americans.
Yes.
Also, we want to imitate.
And now we have Comerica.
Yeah, Comerica.
Yes, I'm from Comerica, man.
They're doing good. Comerica is good. I love their music. Those guys are good.
Right.
Yeah. So as I said, I mean, America was always a dream. I never thought as a 15-year-old at that time, because I lived in the orphanage about
6 years.
6 years.
6 years, 5 years, 6 years. Yeah, between that.
That's when the one time the orphanage was being shut down because.
So okay, before we dive into you know when and how you landed here.
Yeah.
And then how did during that time, what was the experience like when the orphanage was about to shut down and you realized you were part of it?
Yeah.
The institution.
Yeah.
Tell us the experience.
Yeah. So with the orphanage, it's like your house, right? This is where we live. This is where we do everything, eat, sleep, you know. It was like our sanctuary. Like, right. So this is where we rest. I mean, it was our home for a long period of time. So for me, I always used to sleep on a table and on the floor at the market. And then now I have a little bed at a time to sleep on. So now it's being shut down. It is shutting it down totally because it wasn't
some issue happened.
Yeah, some issue.
You know,
we don't need to get it. But yeah, so they shut down the orphanage, and through that, luckily, and this is how I got adopted. By the way, this will be crazy to a lot of folks out there. Like, but believe it or not, it was through act of service. I mean, my life, as I said, it's always been an act of service, either giving or getting. People always give me, and I give back as much as I can.
Yes.
So through that, actually, so I was just, helping this little boy search for a shoe. Wailani shoe. He lost his shoe. He misplaced it. So I was just helping him search for a shoe. So I ran underneath the bed, and luckily this lady was there at that time.
And did this happen in the orphanage home?
Yeah. This happened in the orphanage home, and this is how I met my parents. Now, my family, the way I got adopted from out of the system.
Yes.
Yeah. So my mom was following me, like she had an eye on me. So my white mom, that's what I meant. She was following me. She had an eye on me, and she saw that
you was helping someone.
Yeah, I was helping this kid. Like,
and you probably didn't have like a shoe on.
Oh yeah. So she was like, "What are you doing?" She thought I was gonna go hide. So I told her, I'm just looking for the shoe for this little boy.
You said that in tree.
In Brofo Kakra. Yeah, it's a Brofo Kakra. I could speak English a little bit, but not fluent. I wasn't like fluent. I wasn't like fluent, but I can say the basics.
Slag, you can slag, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
I don't know if I can slay like that at that time, but like she was cool about it. She was like, "Oh, that's the nicest thing ever." I'm like, I didn't think that nicest thing I did, that little thing I did right there was gonna get me to America, So right there when I tie a shoe, when I tied the shoe, we sat in the bus and then we got transferred to a different orphanage, and my mama my white mom
during that time,
she told me that she's gonna come back and help me go to school. She never told me she was gonna adopt me. So I mean, I didn't know I was gonna be adopted because I knew that me come out like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm 15 years old.
Because you've been living there for like 6 years, nothing has really happened.
Yeah,
you feel like your life is just going down the drain.
No direction.
No direction.
Yeah, man.
If I go here, I come back to the left. Still, I come back to the center again.
Yeah,
nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening. We'll call back. You can go and come back. I've done everything. I had 3 more years to be graduated out of the orphanage.
Oh, wow.
At the age of 18, you get out of the orphanage. And that's where if you're good at school, they help you go to school. If you're not, they put you through like a little, Yeah,
you go learn some
some trade,
hand skills, or something like that.
Yeah, so that transitioning, luckily, I'm making this very simple and short. So my mom came back to the States, met my dad, my white dad, and Lee Johnson. Yeah, wow. So my mom came back, told my dad, I met this little boy named Kofi. Yeah,
very adorable.
Yeah,
around that time, adorable.
I know my mom loves me. Like she saw something in me, so she's like, I love the drive in this little boy.
Wow.
So I'm gonna bless his life, and I want to adopt him. So I'm like, at that time, I don't know anything that is gonna happen. Yeah. So this was in 2009.
2009. February 2009.
Yeah, and
the second month of the year, 2009.
Yeah, so like February, so this was like just a little bit So they came back. My mom came back in the States. She talked to my pops. This is my mom. I'm talking in third person.
Yeah, so I know.
This is my mom talking in her story. So
this is what she told you.
Yeah,
so you have that story in you. So yeah. I mean, give us that reaction and action.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, so when she told me that, Christmas Day on 2009 Christmas.
So she discussed that with your pops.
Yeah,
February.
Yeah.
And then she came back to Ghana Christmas.
No, she called me on Christmas Day.
She
was in the States.
She was in the States.
I was in my new orphanage.
Right.
Because my
being shut down.
Yeah, they moved me. So they moved me to the new orphanage. She called me, and on Christmas Day, she was like, Kofi, we're coming to get you. We're bringing you to America.
Kofi, we're coming to get you. So when you first had Kofi, we're coming to get you.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like?
Well, first, I mean, I didn't know this lady very well. My mom, I only met her for an hour.
Yeah.
1 hour. It was just our whole journey together was an hour. Now she said she's coming to get me. It didn't really sink in. I was just excited to speak to them.
You were excited, but you're like, maybe
because I was just speaking to white people. With me. Yeah, our phones on Christmas Day. Say bronya, Merry Christmas and all that.
Yeah, Christmas gift. Just Christmas gift. Just let's say some words. Yeah. If we come to get you, and then you be like, "Oh, that's my Christmas gift. I'm happy."
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. So I mean, what happened was she told me that I didn't even know. I remember after Christmas the next year around January, na school ashasi dada. Into me was school more
in Ghana, right?
Yeah, in Ghana, school ashasi. So we were in school. Like they told me not to tell anybody I'm leaving, but in school because in Kodani be be feeling some way be.
Now you be to
yeah. So you
buy near waha.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, so
but they didn't know, sir.
They didn't know
you did some good where you came from.
Yeah.
You see, that's why I always say in life, do good, believe in God, do good, love your neighbor as yourself. God will help you.
Yeah. Yeah. And see. So I mean. Well, nobody really knew that I was being adopted. I mean, I was told not to tell anybody. So, I mean, some of these kids felt like, the day that the thing happened, because my mom met me February, December. She said, I'm coming to get you. In February of 2010, she was in Ghana picking me up.
They got your visa.
Yeah, so a year. So this visa thing even is crazy. It will blow your mind.
Yeah, let me hear about it.
Just so you know, before I started, I said I always get something from people. People help me out.
Yeah.
And I always believe I need to give back.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll tell you the reason why. That's my philosophy.
Yeah.
And why I live my life. The reason why I do the things I do.
Let it out.
Yeah. So
yes.
Yeah. So I came to my mama. And I was like, yo, you coming to get me? Like she said, yeah, we got all your paperwork done. Now it's left with your visa. I mean, I don't know what visa is. I don't even know what the passport is. I mean, Drew Airport to that.
You don't. How are you gonna know that?
Yeah. So I mean, so what happened was we were in the embassy and we were just like wandering around waiting. The line at the embassy, it's more than Ghanaian market line. Like it was crazy. I've never seen anything like that. People were crying, being rejected.
That time it was at Osu
area.
The
big embassy
where you have the Akai house and the rest. Before I heard they move it.
Yeah. So that's where the embassy was. So I remember I was just sitting there and I saw this lady walking up, and I'm like, I told my mama. Hit my mom and say, I know her with my little accent at that time. But I said, I know that lady.
I know her.
I know that lady.
I know her. That.
So she said, oh, how do you know her? So she goes to my church. And so my mom walks and talks to her that, hey, like, so you know Kofi? And I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, you look familiar. So the lady said, I look familiar. And I told her I played drums at her church.
Yeah.
So that's Chachu Chikata Chachuchikata. I don't know if you know Chachuchikata.
Chachuchikata, yeah.
Chachuchikata's wife.
Yeah.
Goes to church with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
at that time, yeah. So I remember I was a drummer. I was a little drummer boy. I mean, boy,
drama. So crowd just got.
That's how we eat. Too. That's how we hustle from long.
La hustle. That's how
So I mean, with that, the lady was like, "Yo, this is amazing. I can't believe you're adopting this little boy. This is what we're gonna do. Can you come back? We'll give you a call. Wow. Give me all your paperwork. We'll give you a call."
So that lady worked at the embassy.
And she was in charge of putting that stamp.
Boom.
For me to get my visa to the States.
Just a violent stamp. Boom.
Yes, one stamp. And I remember the next day we got a call in the morning. We were in Abowoso. We were in Abowoso. We couldn't get service, and finally we got service in the cocoa farm.
Oh,
I even have a picture of that. We have a service in the cocoa farm, and they gave us a call. They said, "Hey, Kofi, your visa is ready to pick up today.
Yes,
you can pick it up anytime from now until 7. I think we were there around 1, so we can still make it back to the city and pick up the visa." So we pick up the visa. Boom. My mom makes sure I visited everybody around. Say goodbye to my people. Like I was at Prince Boateng Memorial School at that time. So shout outs to Prince Boateng.
Shout out to Prince Boateng.
Yeah. So I was over there. I said bye to everybody. And then the next morning, I'm on the flight to the States. So we talk about the States. Yeah. So that's how I.
Before we continue this conversation, it's amazing, man. This is, I'm inspired right now. I'm motivated to help other people.
Yeah.
And we all can do this. It's not always about you. Mm-hmm. Let's go out there and help.
Yeah.
So your first time at the airport.
Yeah. So the first time at the airport, I mean, so being before we've had an excursion, but it wasn't as cool as being on a plane and flying to the States. I mean, I remember it was big, very big plane, and we flew, and I was freezing. I was freezing my butt off. I was so cold. I remember I had some blankets on. I was traveling with my mom and my aunt.
Right.
At that time, Aunt Julie. Shout outs to Auntie Julie.
Shout out to Aunt Julie.
Yeah. So I was at that time. I was just helping. I was on the plane. We got back. I remember arriving in the States. We arrived in New York. And
New York?
Yeah.
JFK?
Yeah, JFK. And yeah. So the first time, JFK is like the Mecca.
The Mecca?
Yeah.
So was it like nighttime?
It was very nighttime.
So when you came out and you saw the lights, the high-rise building, sky.
But I didn't even see the city very well.
Oh, you didn't see the city?
I know of New York.
But you guys didn't go.
But there was a lot of Christmas songs, so it's still around.
Oh, you came around Christmas.
Yeah. Around February, but they still were playing
January,
they were playing jazz music, Christmas music, that kind of feel.
And it was
Christmas,
cold.
Freezing.
But
in the airport you're fine because you're warm in the airport. And I remember
because that was you guys transit.
Yeah, so it was kind of like the place because my destination was Utah. So I mean, New York was where it was because that was my first. That was American soil. So I had to get checked in, get everything in. Make sure everything was right.
Yeah.
So, boom, everything was good. My mom asked me, "Kofi, are you hungry? Do you want French fries?" Well, this is funny. She said, "You want French fries?" I said, "No, I'm not hungry."
Because you didn't understand French fries.
French fries. I say. So she brought this. Potato chips, fried potato chips.
But it's French fries.
It's French fries, fried yam.
Fried yam.
Yeah, fried yam. So she brought the thing, and I was like,
crispy yam.
I want some of that. I said, I want some of that. So then she was like, I thought you said you didn't want French fries.
Did you say you want some of that with shit on?
Oh no, I just had some of that. I remember pounding those things. That was McDonald's fries, man. Shout out to McDonald's.
I'm gonna even 5 or 6.
Yeah, oh Charlie. Me so I ate all that. We flew back to the Utah. I remember getting to Utah.
Right.
Yeah, I got to Utah, came down the escalator, and I remember seeing my whole family. My pops was so happy to see me. Like,
Wow.
my pops, like,
how was, you know, when you saw, like, I'm
man,
sure.
chills, man.
I'm sure you were coming down like this.
Yeah, just
And
coming down.
The whole family standing
drum.
up.
Yeah, I'm holding
you holding
my
your drum?
Oh, yeah, I always got my drum with me. Yeah, I always got my drum.
Was it the
djembe? It was a djembe.
The djembe.
Yeah, it was a djembe.
Djembe.
Yeah, just a djembe drum. Yeah, so I had that drum. I remember coming down. The whole family was just cheering and going crazy, and my dad was super excited.
Wow.
And you know, I just, you know, remember we talked a little bit, we mingled around a little bit, hugged each other, and then we walked to the.
By that time, everything they were saying, you were like,
I mean, nothing was
these
really
people,
clicking in.
what kind of English are they?
It was very fast. They speak very, very.
Like, hey Kofi,
fast.
hey Kofi, my name is. Like, hey.
It was very fast. It was very fast English. I mean, I remember, you know, traveling with them though. Everyone was asking me questions. How was the flight? How was this? How you doing?
Like, it was good.
And remember, due to the, I felt like I was warm in the airport. I've never felt cold, so I walked out of that airport. That first wind.
So Utah.
Yeah.
And New York at that time, you thought New York was cold.
No, I mean New York. I didn't even
step out.
Yeah, I didn't step out.
Okay.
But you know when you're coming out of the plane, you can feel the cold from the tube.
The tube. I mean, there's some space. You know.
Yeah. You can feel a little breeze. Yeah. So I felt that little breeze, but then I walked and I was back in the airport, so it was warm. It was a cool transition. But we stayed in the airport to join our next flight, so I didn't really go out.
So when you got out of the Utah airport.
Yeah. Utah airport was where I felt the cold.
And what was the experience like?
Oh, man. I've never felt anything like that in my life. It was so cold. I was like, no way. I was shivering. I was shivering. Like,
but you had a jacket on.
Oh, no. I had this little, like, so I had this little, like, it was kind of like a top and down B, like it was just smaller.
Something like this.
Yeah, it was small on me. It was small on me, so I really didn't, you know. But I mean, I remember we walked straight to the car. We got in the car and then we traveled back to the, you know, we went to the house because the drive was like about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 minutes drive from the airport to my
to your
parents'
house,
home.
to your home.
Yeah. So I remember, you know, this is the part where this is where all the transition, you know.
You know, the interesting part. And like I said, subscribe to AbowosoPodcast.
Yeah.
YouTube, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Subscribe. And we will bring you more of these stories. Trust me. Amazingly. Thank you for watching. Kofi, tell me.
Yeah. So I mean, so what happened was, you know, I remember driving to the driveway. Everything was white. I mean, this nice neighborhood, Alpine, Utah. Nice neighborhood. Driving to the driveway,
cruising.
Never seen a garage open. This garage just opened itself up.
You were like,
oh, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
So I was like, then I walk inside the house. Like I got out, my siblings helped me, brought my stuff in. We unload the car, and my mom was like, "Let me show you your room."
Now, before we go to the room, because I know that one is very special.
Yeah.
Before we go to the room, Kofi, go to the room.
So I mean, I remember walking up the room. It was, you know, walking up the stairs. My mom was like, "Kofi, this is your room. This is gonna be your room." I'm like, "What? This is my room? Like this is my room?" Like she said, "This is my room. This is your bathroom, and this is your closet." And I mean, closet. I had a like big closet, like big bathroom, big bed. Never seen this. Everything is big.
Wow.
So I mean, really, I don't believe. I think we got in at around 2 a.m. 2 a.m. So I really didn't really settle down. I remember I was like, oh, wow, this is so amazing. Like I feel like I was
God
dreaming.
is on my side.
So I stayed up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I didn't want this to end. So I stayed up. So I didn't get enough sleep at that night. So I remember like the next day, I'm say sorry. So yeah, so we came down. This is church. So I came down the stairs.
Now it's we don't want to go deep.
Yeah.
Deep because we still want to talk about But I just want to remind you that this show is brought to you by Game Nana. This story itself is brought to you by Game Nana. Game Nana. With regards, Game Nana, it's all about networking for game owner and gamers as a whole. Yeah. Game Nana is the new way of selling used video games without the middleman make up prices. Game Nana helps video game owners solve enormous discounts on video game consoles, controllers, and releases. Watch out for Game Nana, okay? And Kofi,
yeah,
let's talk about. I don't want you to go deep because I think we have get
I know what you mean.
We got the picture from Ghana to America, right?
Yeah,
but I remember 2017. Mm-hmm. You went to Ghana. You started something. Was it 2017 when you started something, or you started it before?
I've been doing this, so this is the probably the last thing I want to cover. So I have myself an organization that I run. I mean, this is the first year. This is the second year that we were certified 501c3, which allows us to be a non-profit organization. Right. So I'm able to raise some funds and raise some donations and be able to go back. Yeah. So in fact, the name of my organization is Going Back to Give Back.
Yes.
So it's self-explanatory.
Going back to give back because.
Yeah. So I just came from nothing. I have something now. I go back and I give back. Because that's how the life is. That's how I'm self-driven like that. I told you I'm always giving. And I always give back. So that's how I picked the name. So this started about the second year when I came to the States. About the third year, sorry. The third year when
you came to the States? Yeah, the third year?
The third year, I went back. I went back to visit.
But this time, was it around were you still in high school? Or?
Yeah, so I was still in high school.
When you went back to Ghana?
When I went back to Ghana. Yeah, I was done with high school. That was my senior year. My
senior year in high school.
My senior year.
Going into your freshman year in college.
Yeah. Going into my freshman year in college, I went back the first time. I took some cleats from my teammates, and I took it out there to give. I handed out to some of my friends and people that I know. We gave out. It was a little trip, nothing too crazy. Right. I was there for 2 weeks, met everybody, and then it started. That's where I got the vision that I want to be able to help out because I've seen where I've come from and what I've been through, and now where I am, the platform where I'm on, and what I've been able to do.
The blessings.
The blessings are just abundant blessings. I mean,
so you have to give back.
I have to give back. There's too much to keep on me. I mean, I don't.
Right.
I'm not like a millionaire or anything like that, but I got enough to be able to help. Yeah, and give back. So what I do is I go back every year. I collect some funds, collect some cleats. I just hit up a bunch of organizations and a bunch of schools, get some stuff together, and I just travel with 8 luggages. Right. And go to Ghana and big Santa I'm a big Santa Claus out there.
Santa Claus,
just give back to the people, man. Yeah.
That's great, man. Yeah. So I know you have a GoFundMe that you wanted to share.
Yeah, so I have a GoFundMe that people go on there. It's if you go on GoFundMe.
I mean for this year's purposes.
Yeah, for this year's purposes, if you go on GoFundMe, you can type in going back to give back Foundation or Kofi Johnson. You can type in the search bar and going back to give back Kofi Johnson. It will pull up. And then you can.
Do you have some other maybe videos or pictures that I can share to
so on the GoFundMe,
to the audience?
So on the GoFundMe account you see
videos
of what I'm doing this year. So I always pick a project. Like last year in Adenta we went and I remodeled a basketball court in the inner city in which I grew up. Wow. So we remodeled Adenta basketball court.
Adenta basketball court, yes. Yeah. I mean, I was there. I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man.
Yeah. So we remodeled that. We give them some basketballs. This year we're gonna do the same. We're gonna help it out a little bit, but the main focus is the school in which I got adopted out of.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So I'm going back to Adenta, and I'm going into the
to
school.
help rebuild the school.
Yeah.
Innovate,
Yes.
renovate.
Yes.
Renovate.
Yes. So we're fixing.
Man, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, we're fixing.
God bless you.
Yeah. Oh, too many blessings. But we're fixing the playing ground, the kitchen,
right?
And there's 13 classrooms that we remodeling, putting the dexes in, and I think we put in some blackboard, one blackboard, one whiteboard for each classroom. Putting the lights in so the kids can study at night, giving everyone electricity in the classroom.
Wow,
so this is a big project. It's
20-day
project.
20-day project. It's please.
Yeah.
Visit the site. I'll put the site under the description, and you could always donate.
Yeah.
It doesn't really $1.
Yeah, and by the way, there is this donor that said he will match anything that is donated from now till the day I leave.
So what is your max?
31,000. Yeah,
31K
was when we put everything together, it's about approximately 31K to.
So let's say 30. Goal. If let's say everybody donates and we reach 30K, the
donor is gonna
match it, and we will have 60K total.
Yeah. So that's huge. That's huge. Yeah. Yeah.
That's 60K to help build the school, renovate, and make everything comfortable for the kids, for the young ones to be able to study. Kofi, your last words before we end the show. Your last words, man. What do you have to say to the orphans in Ghana? And before we do that, we have to give a big shout out, a big thank you to your parents.
Yeah, my parents, big time. Big
thank you to them.
Yeah, I always my mom, she knows I love her so much.
Your family.
Yeah, my family, my pops. Yeah, my pops, I never had a father figure. I grew up with no dad pretty much. So I look up to my dad a lot. I always say I wish I can be half of the man he is, because he's different. My dad is different. So he's awesome, man. My mom is awesome. She holds the family together. You should see her. She's like tough. This tough, short white lady, blonde white lady. Yeah, she's tough. And my siblings, from my sisters, my 4 amazing sisters. Wow. And then my 2 brothers who I love. Yeah. So that's good family, man.
Great family, Jew too. Kofi's family, Jew too.
Yeah.
2 on you.
Yeah. So they're awesome. I mean, what I would just say, I just want to thank them, for everything they've done for me. The journey is still going on. I mean, my life is still going on. I mean, still, so far as I live, I'm always gonna give. I'm always gonna help as much as I can. Because I don't have much, but to me, a little bit.
This is Graceful Grace School. We start from the crèche to the Form 3. We've tried, but we need a lot of things to make the school becomes what it should be. The school is about 10 years now, and you can see that we need a whole lot of things to make the school becomes what it should be. For instance, there are broken chairs, a whole lot of broken chairs, the playground. Now, the children, for instance, cannot buy the books. You write the book for them, and they come here without any book. they want you to buy them for them, and I don't have money to buy them for them. They are the uniforms. They are, In fact, it's hard for me. It's hard for me, and I think I really need help. When it comes to the end of the month, even the payment of the school fees, it becomes a problem. So I had to go and borrow money all the time to pay the teachers.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Adoptee, and I'm basically the manager and the administrator of the school. We actually need so much. Like, we want to improve upon our infrastructure. We are hoping that we can get funds to, continue the building, maybe make a story building to make it more appealing, and then if we could get chairs and tables and books for the kids. So basically, these are the things we want. But my major point is for the...
I just want to speak to the youth out there. Some catch them, like the ones in Ghana, the ones in the States.
Right.
Chase your dreams. It's there might be times that you might feel like you can't do it, or people might tell you can't do it. But you just chase your dreams, believe in what you believe, stay true to yourself. That's the most important thing, and be consistent. Like, just be consistent everything you do. Because you never know when the time arrives. Don't forget what you thought of, back in those days, because that's what it's all about. You stick to the plan, and when the time rises, you face that and you do what you have to do. But man, never give up, never ever give up. Just keep pushing at it. Just keep pushing at it. Just a day after the other, and you eventually will see the fruits of your work and your hard work that you put in, for sure. Yeah.
Bam! That's Kofi Johnson. Kofi Johnson. June 2. Kofi Johnson, June 2. On AbowosoPodcast. Abowoso with Papa Shanti. And I know we all learn a lot from this story, man. This amazing story from an orphanage home to America, from doing good and his mom realizing or seeing something, the energy being great enough, very positive, to attract good. Let's stay true to ourselves. This story is, we will have a part 2. Part 2 will come in soon. But before the part 2 comes, right, I want you to subscribe. Just subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this story right now. AbowosoPodcast. I'll say this, right? This is the last episode for this year, 2020. And the reason why I ended this year 2020 with this episode was to inspire everybody with the current state of the world, the pandemic that is going on right now. I want you to understand this. RIP to every lost soul during this pandemic. If you are still alive, give thanks to God Almighty. Be good, do good, love your neighbor as yourself. And let us all pray. Abowoso with Papa Shanti.
Attention, on dit quoi là-bas?